lives only in legend. Legends don't stay buried.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
After the explosive finale of No Time to Die, fans around the world have been waiting with unshakable excitement and endless curiosity for what's next in the iconic James Bond franchise. Bond 26 is easily one of the most anticipated films in modern cinema, marking the start of a new era for 007 with Daniel Craig's emotional departure. This new chapter isn't just about a new actor, it's about redefining what Bond means in today's world while preserving everything that makes the series legendary. The mystery surrounding Bond 26 has only intensified over time, with every rumor, hint, and creative whisper sparking debates. Among fans and critics alike, the producers have confirmed that the next Bond movie won't simply pick up where the last one ended. Instead, it's expected to reinvent the character in a fresh timeline, allowing audiences to see a younger, more grounded version of the spy before he became the world's most dangerous secret agent. This creative decision opens the door to endless possibilities both narratively and tonally. The film is being carefully crafted to balance nostalgia with innovation, keeping the classic Bond flavor of elegance, danger, and charisma while exploring a deeper emotional core and more modern sensibilities. At the heart of the global discussion is the big question: who will be the next James Bond? Since Craig's departure, names have been tossed around from every corner of Hollywood and the UK film scene. Each rumored actor brings a unique energy, and the studio has reportedly been taking its time to ensure the casting sets the tone for the next decade of Bond adventures. The producers have made it clear that the role is being completely reimagined, not just recast. They want someone who can redefine Bond for a new generation while maintaining the charm, intelligence, and edge that fans have always loved. Speculations about the setting and tone of Bond 26 suggest a shift toward realism. The film could explore Bond's early missions or even his recruitment into MI6, giving audiences a deeper look at his transformation from a skilled operative into the legend we know. The creative team is said to be inspired by the tension and intimacy of early spy thrillers, focusing more on psychological intrigue and less on over-the-top spectacle. But that doesn't mean the signature Bond action will be missing. The film will reportedly feature breathtaking stunts, exotic locales, and that unmistakable mix of danger and sophistication that has kept the franchise alive for over 60 years, while the production remains wrapped in secrecy. Insiders have hinted at significant updates in how the franchise approaches its storytelling. There's talk of a more serialized format, possibly laying groundwork for interconnected storylines in future installments. Bond's world may expand to include deeper relationships with other MI6 members, showcasing a side of espionage that feels more modern and personal. This direction not only adds emotional weight but also reflects the evolving dynamics of global intelligence and technology in the modern era. The choice of director is equally critical. Producers are said to be looking for someone capable of blending grounded drama with thrilling set pieces, someone who understands both character psychology and cinematic grandeur. The ideal director for Bond 26 is expected to bring a distinctive style that can set the tone for the next generation of films. Discussions within industry circles suggest that the creative team is focusing on storytelling depth rather than spectacle alone, aiming for a film that feels timeless and intelligent. Another major point of anticipation is the musical direction. The Bond theme has always been a powerful part of the series' identity, and speculation about the next theme song has already begun. The music will likely mirror the tone of the reboot: intense, emotional, and stylish, yet infused with the unmistakable Bond swagger. The composer's selection will be crucial, as the score often defines the emotional rhythm of the entire film. As for the villain, Bond 26 promises to deliver a new kind of adversary, one shaped by the complexities of the modern world. Instead of the classic over-the-top mastermind, fans can expect a more layered antagonist, someone whose motives feel grounded and morally ambiguous. This evolution aligns with the current trend in storytelling, where villains are as compelling and human as the hero himself. It's this duality that gives the film its potential depth, exploring how the lines between good and evil blur in the shadows of espionage. The world building in Bond 26 will also reflect a changing global landscape. Gone are the days when Bond's adventures were limited to Cold War rivalries or straightforward missions. The new film is expected to explore cyber warfare, artificial intelligence, global surveillance, and corporate manipulation issues that mirror real-world anxieties. This modernization ensures that Bond remains relevant, intelligent, and thrilling in a world that has changed dramatically since his debut. In terms of style, the visual tone of Bond 26 is expected to evolve beyond the polished luxury of traditional Bond films. While the glamour and class will always be there, the cinematography is rumored to embrace a more grounded, textured aesthetic, something closer to neo-noir or high-end espionage drama. Each frame will reportedly reflect the contrast between Bond's polished exterior and the chaos of his internal world, creating a striking cinematic experience that goes beyond just action and spectacle. Another major talking point among fans is how Bond 26 will handle the classic supporting characters. Will MQ and Moneypenny return in familiar forms, or will they be completely reinvented for the new era? Many expect a younger, more dynamic MI6 team that interacts with Bond as peers rather than superiors. This could bring a refreshing new chemistry and expand the emotional depth of the story, moving beyond the traditional mentor-protege relationships seen in earlier films. The legacy of Daniel Craig's portrayal still looms large, and the creative team knows they can't simply replicate it. Craig's version brought grit, realism, and emotional weight to the role, making Bond feel human and vulnerable. The next iteration will likely move in a different direction, perhaps slightly more charismatic and adventurous, echoing earlier incarnations while still grounded in the complexity that modern audiences appreciate. It's about balance, keeping the essence of Bond alive, while evolving him for a new cinematic era. The secrecy surrounding production details has only amplified the excitement. Even though the script is said to be in development for a long time, the producers are taking their time to perfect every element. This patience signals their commitment to quality over speed. They understand that Bond 26 isn't just another sequel, it's a rebirth. The stakes are higher than ever because the entire future of the franchise depends on how successfully they can relaunch this beloved character. The filming locations, once revealed, are expected to be as breathtaking as ever. Bond films have always been known for their globe-trotting adventures, showcasing iconic cities and exotic backdrops. From cold, shadowy European streets to sun-drenched islands, each location plays a symbolic role in the story, reflecting Bond's state of mind and the scale of his mission. The new film will likely continue this tradition, blending realism with cinematic grandeur. Another interesting development is the possibility of a more emotionally charged narrative. The story may focus less on Bond's invincibility and more on his humanity, the cost of being a spy, the loneliness of his profession, and the blurred lines between duty and morality. This kind of storytelling resonates with today's audiences, who crave authenticity and emotional resonance even in high-stakes action films. Fans are also eager to see how technology will play into Bond 26. With the rise of AI, drones, and cyber espionage, the gadgets and tools used by MI6 could reach a whole new level. However, the franchise is expected to maintain its signature blend of realism and fantasy, avoiding over-reliance on digital trickery. The essence of Bond's ingenuity lies in how he uses his environment, instincts, and intelligence to overcome impossible odds. Not just flashy tech, merchandising and branding for the new Bond era are also set to evolve. The franchise has always been synonymous with luxury brands, fine suits, and sleek cars, but Bond 26 might introduce a slightly more minimalist, contemporary aesthetic, less about excess and more about precision, subtlety, and sophistication. This visual identity could become a reflection of the new Bond himself. Sharp, efficient, and quietly commanding. Above all, Bond 26 stands as a bold opportunity to explore identity and purpose in a postmodern world. As global audiences continue to evolve, the film's challenge lies in balancing timeless tradition with progressive storytelling. It's not just about who plays Bond, it's about what Bond represents now. Is he still the same suave secret agent, or has he become something more? This philosophical question could define the entire tone of the next chapter. What makes the anticipation so powerful is the universal connection fans have with this character. For over 6 decades, James Bond has symbolized courage, style, and the eternal struggle between order and chaos. Each actor has redefined the role in their own way, and now, with Bond 26, the world waits for a new face, a new story, and a new legacy to begin. Whether it's the tone, the cast, or the creative direction, one thing is certain: the next Bond film will not just be another spy adventure. It will be a cultural moment, a cinematic statement, and a promise that 007 will always rise again, no matter how many times the world changes.